Ugh. Anthony Fantano memes. Top 10. Let's get this bullshit over with. So this guy Anthony Fantano, aka the Needle Drop, aka Melon, aka Best Teeth in the Game, he has some memes on the internet. I'm gonna rate the top 10 memes, starting with number 10. The one where the real ones click on the video and then they do something and then they leave. This started out pretty much as a phrase in the comments where people were like, hey man, you know, the real, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say that word. You want my YouTube career to be over tomorrow? You on crack? The real people would go into a review, leave a comment and say, hey man, the real ones, they just check the score and then they dip. They dip. And this has kind of been like a funny ongoing thing, but now this has kind of developed into, there are people who are like, oh, well, you know, real ones actually watch the whole review all the way through and then leave a polite, helpful comment and compliment Anthony on the round shape of his melon-ass head.
Thank you very much.
And at number 10, it's trap flavored. At one point during his review series, Anthony Fantano was getting so redundant and so lazy when reviewing this influx of trap music in the mid-2010s. He was repeating this phrase and was constantly describing everything that sort of fell into the genre of trap as being trap flavored, or, you know, the rattling hi-hats were trap flavored, or this was trap flavored, that was trap flavored. And then it just kind of became like this lazy crutch phrase that I eventually had to get over, but not without my audience constantly throwing it back in my face that I was saying it too often. At number 9, we have the thick
vegan smoothie.
You ever see all those crazy videos of me wearing this hat, or maybe not wearing this hat? I'm making a vegan smoothie, maybe with a little bit of kale, maybe a little banana, maybe a little bit of strawberry in there, some water, grind that up in the blender. And I'm just like going crazy, screaming my head off. Yeah, for whatever reason, with some people, that's like a freaking meme. I don't know why. It's like kind of a dumb meme, but I mean, you guys decide what's a meme and what's not, so... in my opinion, I don't know how it's number 9 on the list, but I don't know, whatever, it's a meme. At number 8, it's Cal Chuchesta. Cal Chuchesta, he's a meme. All sorts of pictures, all sorts of iconography. I mean, really at this point, he's the second coming of Jesus with the way people love him and worship him. And over the years, recently, I've come to hate him. I wish he was dead. I wish he never existed, because now people think he's cooler than me. That makes me regret decisions in life that I made. Hopefully one day I could bathe in his blood. Marx debunked blah 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 years ago. At number 7, if some of y'all remember, back a little while ago, I did a little bit of a web series called Resist, where I made fun of people who were so far onto the regressive left that I was just like kind of breaking balls, hammering on some nuts here and there with this guy who I perceive to be like this very privileged, out of touch idiot who freaks out and yells over the dumbest things. I remember there was one person who I was making fun of on Twitter for resisting capitalism, and honest to God, when I was sort of throwing some factoids, some points of view at this dude, he was just like, Marx debunked blah 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 years ago. From then on in, that was just like, for me, the rallying cry for this character. Now the character's kind of dead. So even though it was a very short-lived meme, it was a meme that personally I had a lot of fun with when it was still alive, so I do have a bit of a soft spot in my heart for that mem. Blank-thiny, blank Tano, this-thiny, that Tano, crack-thiny, pipe Tano, eat-thiny, ass Tano. At number 6, the blank-thiny, blank Tano meme is one of my favorite memes that has ever come out of the Anthony Fantano brand, the Needle Drop franchise. I don't know exactly how it started. I think it came with some people on YouTube in the comments calling me Fandango, and then some people were like calling me Grim Fandango or Grimthiny Fandango. Like, you know, people were just like doing like these weird sort of little like partial remixes of my first name or my last name here and there, and then I just decided, well, why don't I just do the full thing? And then from there it was just like, it was all history, you know. It was, oh, let's just remix my name every video. Let's remix my name all the time. And when I say my name, I mean the Queen's I mean me, God, and Anthony Fantano, because I'm not supposed to be playing myself right now. At number 5, You gave blank a 7, but you gave blank a 10. I don't know why this is so high on the list. This is a shitty meme. Although, you know, people do seem to have a whole lot of fun with it, freaking out about score comparisons. There are people who legitimately do this in the comments, and I actually guess I like and I enjoy the fact that it has kind of become a meme, because it does sort of make fun of the fact that people do kind of get so riled and worked up over the score comparisons, especially when you're comparing artists that have two completely different styles or are in two completely different genres. It just makes it all the sillier, in my opinion. Kind of bad, but still a very fun meme. People seem to like it. At number 4, it's Anthony Fantano. This image of me squatting. My dude Chris took this picture on like a little bit of a green screen stage over at the YouTube Space LA, and when we took this picture, it was like in a series of like a ton of other photos. I don't know why we took this squat picture. I didn't really have any plans for it or anything, but I think just one day I may have photoshopped it myself, or I just took the green screen image because I came back to it like months later and I thought it was funny, and I just threw it out there onto the internet. And then like miraculously people are like photoshopping it in all these album covers, and that was just like crazy. And now I see it pop up all the time, like here and there. This image of me squatting with the dopiest smile on my face just refuses to die. It's a kind of alright, it's a decent meme. Number 3, what up, cuck boys? What up, cuck boys? What up, cuck boys is sort of an off-the-dome phrase that I kicked off my introduction in that video where Filthy Frank and his buddies ate that human cake, ate the YouTuber cake. Those dudes ate my toenails, which is pretty disgusting, especially since my toes look gross as fuck. There are people constantly repeating that phrase to me whenever I do like a live event. If I just kick it off with, what up, cuck boys? Like everybody kind of knows what's up. It's kind of nutty and insane how that's sort of become a thing. I wasn't even planning on that becoming a thing. The weirdest stuff that comes out of your mouth, it'll just like kind of catch on, you know, which to me sort of speaks to the organic quality of memes, because, you know, every single time I try to make a meme, it never works. But when I'm just like, hey, you know what up, cuck boys? Like, you know, all of a sudden there's like people saying it, and it's like kind of weird. At number 2, the best teeth in the game. Over the years with my YouTube output, I've gotten lots of compliments on just my teeth being big, straight, and white. And honestly, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't really think they're that great. I think I need to go in for some teeth whitening soon. I do have like a little bit of a crooked straggler down here in my bottom row. Regardless though, I do get a lot of compliments on my teeths, so I decided that one day I was just gonna come right out there and just claim it, because I didn't see anybody else saying it. Sometimes people like bring up that before they even bring up the fact that I do the needle drop. They're like, Anthony Fantano, the best teeth in the game. This is definitely one of the memes that I sort of advanced that has become one of my favorite memes over the years. I love that it's still being a thing. And I love the fact that this meme continues to thrive, actually like tricks some people into thinking that I do actually have the best teeth in the game. So that's a pretty wonderful thing. And finally, at number 1, melon. This is the biggest, most ridiculous, most often cited Fantano meme ever, I think. And it's just people calling me a melon, I guess because of my head. I really don't know. Do I just look like a melon? It's been ongoing for so long that most people who are saying it now have completely lost touch with the roots and the origins of the meme. Way back on my channel, I reviewed one of Zombie's records, and I didn't give it the most positive of reviews. And around that time, this music producer was infamous for beefing with music journalists and music publications, and like these really nasty Twitter rants. So of course, he did that to me too. He was like trying to correct me on all this stuff, and then finally he finished his whole rant off by saying that I'm a melon. He was kind of getting made fun of and roasted a little bit because it was just kind of preposterous and ridiculous. If you're really going to insult somebody, if you're really going to make fun of somebody, why would you call them a melon? It's hardly mean. Nobody's going to be like, he called me melon. So immediately after that, many people who are sort of in my immediate circle of viewers would just start calling me melon out of just fun, kind of joking and this term of endearment, just to kind of like make fun of and reference this whole weird Twitter rant. And then it started to kind of like, I can't exactly pinpoint when, it really started to take on like a life of its own, an existence completely of its own. People who were continually calling me melon, some of them were doing it in a legitimately insulting way. Some of them were doing it in like a kind of funny, complimentary way. Some of them were doing it in a way to just kind of keep this inside joke alive. In a way, thank you to Zombie for coming through with what is essentially my most delicious, my most amazing, and undying meme. And those are the top 10 Anthony Fantano, the needle drop memes. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to wipe your ass.